What's up guys, Sagi here and welcome to another Tech Gear Talk. Today I'm going to give you 10 reasons to buy the new Fuji X T3. Now Fuji has been a strong performer in the photography world, and with the X T3 it introduced some powerful features targeted at videographers. If you're looking for one camera that's fantastic for both photography and video, this might be the best value available at this time. Now, I've done a more detailed review of the X T3 and I'll link to it in the description below, but today I wanted to give you my top 10 reasons for buying the Fuji X T3. Now, the X T3 offers some significant improvements over what was already an impressive camera in the X T2. So in no particular order, let's get to the list. The first reason to buy the X T3 is excellent stills image quality. I've been super impressed with the X T3's image quality. The low light performance has been great, and I've been very happy with the color and dynamic range. I absolutely love the images that this camera produces, and it's been super fun for me to use. It took a bit of time to get familiar with the manual controls, but the results have been outstanding. The X-Trans CMOS 4 sensor is designed to mimic the organic nature of film and produce nuanced color and tonal transitions. I made sure to shoot in different conditions in order to really push this camera, and for the price, I think it's hard to beat. The number 2 reasons to buy the X T3 is the new processor, and Fuji used the X Processor 4, which uses 4 CPUs for better and faster image processing. Together with a great APS-C sensor, you're going to get sharper images in video, really nice low light performance, and improved autofocus. Now the X Processor 4 also makes the camera really fast to operate. So the X T3 is very nice and responsive for both video and stills. Now general menu operation is fast, it has very quick startup, and things like image preview and video playback are very fast. The number 3 reason to buy the X T3 is fast, continuous, or burst shooting, which is another advantage of the improved processing power. The X T3 can shoot at 11 frames per second burst or continuous shooting with continuous autofocus when using the mechanical shutter. This means that you can hold the shutter down and the camera will fire 11 exposures in a second. This is a fantastic feature for shooting moving subject, and it allows you to very quickly take a whole bunch of shots and then pick the one that you like best. So if you're at a sporting event, photographing your kids running around, or you're trying to get a great shot of a pet, this is something that you're gonna love. Now, if you're willing to use an electronic shutter and then also add a 1.25x crop, you can shoot at up to 30 frames per second, which is just absurdly fast. Now, my number 4 reason to buy the X T3 is improved autofocus, and the X T3 uses an autofocus system with over 2 million phase detection points for quick and precise autofocus performance and subject tracking. This system pretty much covers the entire sensor, and focusing can be achieved down to -3 EV or exposure value, and this is a huge improvement over the X T2, which was only able to do that at -1 EV. Now in practical terms, that translates into being able to attain accurate focus in low light. Now the autofocus system isn't just more sensitive, it's also faster when using AFC or continuous mode when recording video. Moving on, my number 5 reason for buying the Fuji X-T3 is related to autofocus, and I'm talking about face and eye detection. This system has been completely reworked, and again, thanks to the very powerful processor and the extensive phase detection coverage that we discussed, it's now much more powerful. The X-T3 is pretty good at finding faces and will focus on either left or right or auto-selected eye, depending on your settings. This is a fantastic feature for portrait photography. It consistently delivers the type of precision and accuracy that I look for. This makes it easy to focus on your framing, and you don't have to worry about where your selected autofocus point might be. And in practice, it lets you reframe your shots much more quickly because you don't have to move the autofocus point every time you reframe your shot. My number 6 reason to buy the X-T3 is 10-bit video recording. As I mentioned earlier, Fuji made a concerted effort to improve video capabilities in this camera. And the X-T3 can internally record 4K 60p at 420 10-bit. You can also record 4K 60 at 422 10-bit via the HDMI out. Now, both of these options are available at up to 400 megabits per second, and you can also simultaneously record internally and externally. These are extremely impressive options coming from such a small form factor, and the video quality is outstanding. You can also record full HD or 1080p at up to 120 frames per second, which enables you to do some really nice slow motion. My number 7 reason for buying the X-T3 is audio options, and I love that the X-T3 has a 3.5mm mic input. That's a great feature if you want to get higher production value because it allows you to use an external microphone instead of the one that's built into the camera. So I can easily connect a shotgun mic and I'm all set. And this is a really nice and compact setup, and I get great video and perfect audio. This is great for vlogging, shooting talking head video, and really any time where you want more directional sound pickup instead of the omnidirectional microphone that will pick up sound from everywhere. Now, another awesome feature is that Fuji included a headphone jack. So now I can monitor my audio in real time, and this is a useful option for a lot of videographers, and being able to monitor audio can save you a ton of time and frustration in post-production. My number 8 reason to buy the X-T3 is the dual SD card slots. This camera has 2 SD card slots, which offer a more flexible and reliable means of storing your video. And I'll give you a couple of examples. So you can have one slot set to JPEGs and the other one to RAW, and then you end up having both options later on. Or you can just say, no, I don't want that. I want to save the same file on both cards, and this way I immediately have a backup. Now, I've only had one card fail on me my entire life. It wasn't with this camera, but I was so glad that I had an immediate backup of the footage because it would have been extremely difficult and costly to reproduce it. Alright, moving on to my number 9 reason for buying the X-T3, and that's USB charging. Now, most mirrorless cameras are known to have pretty short battery life. The X-T3 actually has pretty good rating with 390 shots, but that's still not going to get me through an entire day. If you're planning on shooting for an extended period of time, I recommend buying at least one battery or even 2. I just like to make sure that I'm always covered, and I hate having to worry about power when I'm trying to focus on shooting. But with the X-T3, you have another option. You can actually charge the battery using a USB-C cable, and this makes it super convenient to take an external battery or a power bank, whatever you want to call them, and just keep your camera charged at all times. Alright, and my number 10 reason for buying the X-T3 is outstanding selection of lenses. This is definitely not the least important reason. In fact, I would probably put it towards the very top of the list if I ordered it that way. There are new mirrorless cameras on the market that suffer from extremely limited lens options. Sure, you can expand that with adapters for the most part, but that's an extra piece of equipment that you have to use, which adds to the size of the system. And for the most part, the lenses that you use with adapters are larger and heavier. Now, Fuji has a fantastic line of lenses available for the X-T3. There are a ton of super fast primes and some really nice zoom lenses. And what's great is that some of them are really affordable, so you can get some great performance without having to spend a ton of money. I'll put some links in the description to some of my favorite lenses, and there are some great sales going on right now, so those links will always be updated with the lowest prices. I think the Fuji X-T3 is near the top of the list, if not at the top of the list, when it comes to mirrorless cameras that are outstanding for both photography and video. And in terms of value, it's extremely difficult to beat. You've got outstanding image quality and stills, a powerful new processor, super fast continuous or burst shooting, we've got an improved autofocus system, face and eye detection, powerful video capabilities with up to 10-bit 4K 60 video, a microphone and headphone jack for better audio and real-time monitoring, dual SD slots for flexible and reliable media storage, USB charging for extended use, and an outstanding line of lens options. I would love to know what you think of this list and what are some other reasons why you would recommend someone buy the Fuji X-T3. The body alone sells for $14.99, and with the kit lens, the 18-55, it's $18.99, which is an outstanding value. I'll put links in the description because, again, there are always specials and discounts, and those links will be automatically updated with the lowest prices. If you end up buying anything using those links, you're also helping support my channel for free, and you're helping me create more content, so thank you in advance. If this video was helpful, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, tweet it, share it, and if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe and notification buttons. You can always find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Tech Gear Talk. You know what I always say, buy it nice or buy it twice. Good luck and see you soon.